Hello everyone, this video has to be pretty quick. It's going to be hard for an album as long as this, but today we are covering Metallica. Covering And Justice for All, which is probably, according to a lot of people, the most refined Metallica album, because in 9 tracks, they put in so much theme, so many stories all in one. Blackened title track, it's about global warming and how the earth will eventually be reduced to nothing if we don't step up and do something about it. Justice for All, the title track, is about the American law system and how it's pretty screwed. Eye of the Beholder, that's about how we really don't see many things unless we're actually there, and how whatever we do see is filtered. One, it's probably the most famous Metallica song, or at least top 3, next to Enter Sandman, Master of Puppets. That one's about, probably know the story, but if you don't, it's about Johnny Got His Gun by Dalton Trumbo. It's about this soldier in World War I who gets hit by a landmine, and his legs are gone, his arms are gone, and his jaw is gone, his sight is gone, he can't hear. All he can do is just exist. And the people in charge of his regiment keep him alive through a feeding tube, and he can only communicate by banging his head up against the floor, the bedboard in Morse code. And it's just a terrible fate to witness. And at that point, death is, for once, the actual better solution, not what happened. Shortest Straw is about racism, clear as day. You just have to listen to the lyrics. Harvester of Sorrow, I don't really remember what that one's about. Freight Ends of Sanity is kind of obvious with the title. To Live Is to Die is the instrumental track, so it doesn't really have much of a theme. But that is actually Cliff Burton's final work before he died in the bus accident in Europe. And he received a posthumous credit on there. And then Dyer's Eve, the final track, and the shortest one, is about James Hetfield and his relationship with his parents, who are crazy religious wingnuts and try and get him to do things that he doesn't want to do, try and control him, everything that he does, everything that he says. And even that continues on the Black Album, which came right after this, with some songs on there and everything. And yeah, it's got a whole lyric sheet, got a picture of them. Got, yeah. And then over here on the other side, we have the lyrics, and we've got this honestly really cool picture of a hand holding the 4 members as a mallet, if you look really closely. I thought this was the fist that kind of inspired Saint Anger, but I look closer, and no, it's just a fist. And now, not in terms of the music content, but this is probably the heaviest album I have in terms of how much it weighs, because this thing is enormous. Like, look at this. 2 records, 2 sides for each, and they're full-size LPs, so it's twice the length of your regular album, and somehow only 9 tracks, which is actually 1 more track than your average Metallica album at this time, because Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets only had 8. Kill 'Em All, I know, had like 12, but those were all really short, and that was the beginning of Metallica, so they didn't go into as many long, sprawling ballads as they did. Yeah. Now, on to my actual review of this. Metallica really isn't my top thing anymore, I'd say, but for what it is, it's good. It's not too leading into the negative aspects of Metallica. It's just James had a solo going, yeah, whoa. But yeah, it's got a lot of themes in there that metal didn't really tackle at the time, because at this point it was just about either being really weird, being experimental, having songs about demons. But not that there's wrong with songs about demons, but I think they've only had 3 songs about demons, because they've got Jump in the Fire, They've got If Darkness Had a Sun and All Nightmare Long, if you count the Hounds of Tyndalos as demons, which I actually that video, music video for All Nightmare Long, I actually covered in my first music video about the disturbing music videos. Like I put 5 of them, and All Nightmare Long is the last one. But yeah. And before you ask, no, Devil's Dance is not a song about devils. It's actually about sex. So yeah. But in terms of Justice for All, I think it's probably top 3 best albums from my opinion. I think it goes probably Justice for All at 3rd place, then Hardwired Self-Destruct at 2nd place, and then my 1st place pick is Reload. I'm really excited for next year though, because they're remastering Load this year, and next year I believe will be the 20th anniversary for Reload, or 2027, I forgot. Whenever it comes, I'm excited for it to come. But video should probably be over because I think they're back. So goodbye. Like and subscribe if you want to. Thank you for watching this. Goodbye.